Ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying my best here with this case. I have been looking all over the internet, trying to find some clues, and I have something for you today. Actually quite a few things of the case of Hannah Kobayashi. We looked at the timelines. We saw the photos. We saw some clues. We talked about her father's tragic suicide. We covered a lot in the past few days. And I promised you that I wasn't going to give up on her. I don't want to give up on her, and I'm not. But I found a lot of information in which you might want to hear. Something about Hannah, her father, who sadly, supposedly, allegedly took his own life. I showed that in a recent podcast. If you haven't, go back, go look. Her disappearance, of how she just magically, mysteriously disappeared. And this mystery person, and who we do not know. We do not know this individual. Now, if you guys haven't been keeping up to date with this story, she sent a couple of Venmo payments to a male and female. I have their names. We're going to speak about that. Her disappearance. Now, today's podcast is a little different about this case. Did she intentionally run away? This is what this podcast is about today. Did Hannah intentionally run off? Now, I am not saying she did. But from the stuff that I gathered and some of the stuff of what the internet is talking about today, most recently about Hannah, people are speculating that she actually did this. She left. She went off by herself. After this podcast, I want you guys to think about how I'm starting off with this podcast and tell me what you think about after everything I'm going to show you. Now, again, I am not saying that I believe she ran away, but everything is in the air. We should put anything in the air. Let's keep an open mind, like I always say, and let's approach this case for what is available, what resources we have available, because the investigators have everything they have, more stuff than what we have. But I don't want to set anything in stone just yet. I want us to work together to try to understand this case and figure this out, because this girl's missing. This girl's gone. And I don't know why. I want to thank you guys so much for being here tonight. I know it's pretty late, but I don't go past 11, but this is an emergency. Definitely. This is an emergency podcast. We got to talk about this real quick. Before we continue, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the share button. I say this all the time. That would mean a lot to me. Please, this will get the word out. The more you like, comment, and share, we get it out. It's pushed out there. Just do me that favor, please. Okay? Let's try to help this girl. And let's understand the rest of this case with this new information that I'm going to share with you today. So let's start slow and let's work our way up. First, with this video, I'm going to read this video to you. And yeah, but if you're brand new, also hit the like button, hit the follow button, and hit the subscribe button. That just means follow. Let's see what's up with this case. Did she run off?
From Los Angeles to New York 3 days before. The 30-year-old's disappearance has taken tragic twists and turns, from confusing text messages to the death of her father. On November 8th, Hannah left her home in Maui and arrived in LA for her connecting flight to New York at 11 p.m. But Hannah never made it, despite reportedly booking tickets worth hundreds of dollars for events in the city. The following day, when she was supposed to land at JFK Airport in New York, she is seen at a bookshop around an hour from Los Angeles International Airport. On November 10th, 2 days after missing her connected flight, a string of cryptic messages was sent from her phone, sparking huge concern from family and friends. In these messages, Hannah says she was scared about someone trying to steal her money and identity. Hannah's mum, Brandy Yee, had messaged her to see if she had landed in New York and received a two-worded reply saying, "Not yet." Hannah also sent an eerie text to her friend saying, "I got tricked pretty much into giving away all my funds for someone I thought I loved." Another message reportedly referenced a spiritual awakening and featured an apology for acting crazy. Hannah's worried aunt, Larry Pigeon, said one of the final messages she was sent from the missing woman spoke about the Matrix. The mystery deepened when she was seen at a Nike event in LA that same day. By Monday 11th, Hannah's phone placed her back at LAX and she posted a picture on her Instagram of the Nike event. Her phone was then switched off. A missing persons report for Hannah was filed 2 days later on after family members couldn't get through to her. Hannah's heartbroken sister, Sydney Kobayashi, has since said that the text may have been sent by someone else, admitting that she was starting to feel uneasy in light of the messages. Speaking to News Nation, she said she feels like someone was controlling her, adding that she knows this is absolutely not like her. Hannah's aunt Larry travelled to Los Angeles with fellow family members, including Hannah's dad Ryan, as the search for the young woman ramped up. Hannah's family revealed they saw her in surveillance footage from November 11th that hasn't been released to the public, saying she didn't look well. They fear she may have been abducted or trafficked. Hannah was spotted at the Metro Pico station in downtown Los Angeles and was reportedly seen with another unknown person in the footage at 10:03 p.m. As the search continued, 17 days after Hannah missing her connected flight, her dad Ryan was tragically found dead in a parking lot in Los Angeles. The LA County Medical Examiner ruled his death as suicide. His heartbroken family say he bottled up his emotions as he tirelessly searched for his daughter. A GoFundMe page set up after Ryan's passing read, "He has been living his absolute worst nightmare since Hannah's disappearance, and now with his passing, our family is grappling with unimaginable grief." Ryan was said to have scoured some of LA's most dangerous neighbourhoods in a bid to find Hannah. Hannah's aunt Larry told the New York Post, "Imagine looking in places like Skid Row, picturing his daughter being sex trafficked, not getting sleep. He just broke." Skid Row has long had a reputation for being seedy and dangerous and has a significant concentration of unhoused people since the Great Depression. In another tragic twist, the US Sun exclusively reported how 2 Venmo payments were sent to a man and a woman on November 9th. Her families say they didn't recognise the names of the people who were wired money. Hannah's aunt Larry confirmed to the US Sun that the family had seen the payments and allegations she met with a scammer. She said, "We have been made aware and so have the LAPD. It's in their hands. We are also now encouraging people from across the nation to keep an eye in case she has been taken outside of California." As of November 28th, Larry revealed there have been new sightings of her missing niece as police pursue what she calls really credible leads. She told Maui News that she is hopeful the new sightings could eventually bring Hannah home as the grieving family continue their desperate search.
That video was very packed with a lot of information. This is why this podcast is about, did she run away? Is there a possibility? Or could have she just been trafficked? Skid Row. Now, that location where I showed you guys on the map of the last podcast, I'll bring up the maps after I'm done here, is a dangerous place. Look what happened to her dad. You see, out of everything in this whole entire story, this case, what happened to Hannah's father is the least outcome that I can ever believe that he did that to himself. He showed up on interviews, TV shows. Guys, you have to understand this. He was doing it all to find his daughter. No one is going to unalive themselves not fulfilling their duty. He traveled hundreds of miles to look for his daughter and did not find her. Now, here's an outcome that could have happened. This death could be somewhat unrelated to her, but it wasn't suicidal. But even that's far-fetched. Said it's 2 podcasts already. I'm not going to sit here and believe that this man, Ryan, unalived himself without fulfilling his duty of a father of finding his daughter. Let alone he has family at home. He was just holding his aunt's Hannah's aunt's hand, hugging her. That's one part I'm not going to change my mind. I'm open to it, but it will be really difficult to swindle me some in a different direction. But now Hannah running away, what we just heard was it's a dangerous location. Cryptic messages. She followed the cult. Twin flames. Now I can see that as a different scenario that could have taken place. Absolutely. Absolutely. I have another video that I want to show you. But these posts that I'm going to show you after this couple videos, it's going to blow your mind. And you need to see this.
First at noon, the disappearance of Hannah Kobayashi remains a mystery 3 weeks after the Maui woman missed a connecting flight at Los Angeles' airport. The 30-year-old's family is still not giving up hope while also dealing with the grief from the unexpected death of her father. Andres Gutierrez has more.
I will not give up until I find her.
Sydney Kobayashi says her sister Hannah, an aspiring photographer, left Maui for New York City to start a new job on November 8th. After missing her connecting flight in Los Angeles, her family thought she was going to take a later flight and go sightseeing.
Here's the LeBron James event.
The next day, she was spotted at a Nike event at the Grove shopping mall. But soon after, Hannah's family became concerned.
We started getting cryptic messages. There was things saying that she felt unsafe, she was afraid.
One text read, "I just finished a very intense spiritual awakening. I'm heading back to the airport. I might need some help getting there."
That right there sounds like I need some more money from someone who already robbed her. I just finished a very intense spiritual awakening. Jacqueline, thank you for becoming a supporter. Welcome to the family, Jacqueline. We appreciate you. Let's welcome Jacqueline. You know, I have so many friends in California, Los Angeles. I have spiritual friends. No one I know is texting me who are spiritual is going to say, I just finished a very intense spiritual awakening. I'm heading back to the airport. Let's break this down. I just finished a very intense spiritual awakening. Those are play on words. Why are you telling me very intense spiritual awakening? That's just, it sounds like someone trying to redirect me somewhere. That's someone trying to tell me, hey, you know what? You don't know what she's going to be missing because something's going to happen to her. So I need to use these words as play on words for you to focus on. Because these are the only thing that's going to be connected to her disappearance. Very intense spiritual awakening. Why are you telling me that? Why did she need to tell them that? And then completely redirect and say, I'm heading back to the airport. So before you were going to the airport, you had a spiritual awakening? So you telling me that you had an appointment to have a spiritual awakening, now you want to head back to the airport. I mean, but if you did, there was no video surveillance if you not that anyone, no, we have no whereabouts. Because the image we have of you is this image. That's not you heading back to, this is before that. But then you want to say, I might need some help getting back there? You might need some help getting back there. Well, what are you asking for? What else? What do you need? Because last time I checked Hannah, if this was Hannah, I'm not talking to Hannah directly, you had money for this whole trip. What Are you asking for money? But didn't you spend money? Didn't you go shopping at the mall? Didn't you go shopping at the mall? Didn't you buy a whole bunch of stuff? She's from Hawaii. She's not from domestically the United States. Even though Hawaii is a state, but I'm saying within the confinements of our main motherland, she's not from here. So I can see her going to Cali and doing a little sightseeing. But to say the word funds, to say spiritual awakening, I might need help getting there. What do you need? How do you need help going to the airport if you were going back and forth? You didn't need help going back. You didn't need help going from Hawaii to LAX. What do you need help for? Now, this connects to the text message saying, hey, someone stole my money. Someone stole this. What? But if they stole, this is why this whole entire case is very messy. It does have a constructive timeline because we have text message proof and all that other stuff. But all the text messages after the 9th is ridiculous. It's just fuzzy. And I can understand why the sister believes that, hey, this is not my sister. And nobody knows her sister more than no one knows Hannah more than her sister. Excuse me, my word's a little fumbled today. This is strange, isn't it? That's not the strangest thing that I find out. After this video, get ready for what I'm about to show you.
On November 11th, Hannah went radio silent. On that same day, security cameras at this tram stop near the Crypto.com arena captured her leaving with a stranger. Her family and volunteers have flooded the area with these missing persons flyers with the hope that her face can jog someone's memory.
Hannah's father, Ryan, traveled to Los Angeles to find her.
Please come back, Hannah. You know, so many people love you.
Nearly 2 weeks into the search, he was found dead near a parking lot near LAX. The coroner determined he died by suicide.
I think that my dad had sleep deprivation. He wasn't eating, taking care of my family and everyone else before himself. And I think it just broke him.
LAPD said they're investigating but would not comment any further.
I'm trying to stay as strong as I can for my family, especially with my dad's passing. That's literally what's keeping me motivated for the search for my sister.
I'm Andres Gutierrez in Los Angeles.
You know, the sister's taking this pretty... I don't know how she's taking it, but... I don't know. My heart goes out to her sister, the rest of the family. I just personally, I just cannot, I'm just going to refuse that he just took himself like this. Sweetheart, sister of Hannah, he wouldn't leave you. You know, I'm going to talk to Hannah's sister directly. You probably don't want to hear what I have to say. Who am I? Right? Who am I? I don't know you or your family. I don't know y'all through a hole in the wall. But I'm covering your case, and I'm going to do the best that I can to do good by strangers I don't know. Because none of you guys deserve this. You didn't just lose your sister. You lost your father. You lost your sister's been missing at the beginning of this month. Since the technically 11th, because that's when she just went silent. And coincidentally, she went silent when she was with a stranger. If she had this spiritual awakening, her father's death should have been enough for her to be like, wherever you at, Hannah, if you did run away, get the away. Your father's dead. How haven't you not been contacting your sister? What kind of spiritual awakening is going to keep you away from your family? I want us to think about that for a moment. What spiritual awakening is going to keep you away from your family? the hell kind of spiritual awakening is going to keep you anything with ties with religion, God, or anything spiritual would tie with goodness, harmony, happiness, peaceful, doing good by you, your neighbors, and God. Practice what you preach. Your father's now deceased. Nothing should come above family other than people who practice religion, say God comes first. But your father is deceased. If Hannah was to run away, let me tell you something. If I ran away, I'm going to come out of my shell and be like, whoa. Okay, I know I ran away and I'm with this religious group or this cult, but I'm going to come out. I'm going to come out. None of that has happened. None of that has happened. This is incredibly tragic. So it's almost as if whatever happened to her father, God forbid, I'm hoping that Hannah isn't being held against her will enough for her not to speak her mind. Because Hannah is either ran away or she's really been taken away by human trafficking. Because that's the dilemma that we're in right now. She is not with us. So she either been taken or influenced in a way where she's just ran away. There is another scenario where she could have just been manipulated into her leaving, which I would categorize that as ran away. But everything points to just intent and purpose of her having the next day of doing something. I'm going to show you something. Matter of fact, I don't want to show you this now. Ugh. You know what? Let me show you this now. Let me show you this now, actually.
Guys,
no, not this one. Let me, where is it? No. Let me get to this. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it. Forgive me. I think I must have took it away. Okay. Now, have a look at this. This is an individual reaching out, I believe, to the event that she had purpose. She was going to. Now we're gonna play this video. Netta ain't nothing better with the first super chat of today. You get on. She says, there's that drug that make people take. That people take, I think is super spiritual and like a plant thing. Heard if people do it and not a great state of mind, they go off the deep end and Pops would have find out. Netta, that's a very interesting super chat that you just sent there. Netta, okay, so I want you guys to keep in mind that we are creating constructive ideas to try to help this case. That's what we're doing. So Netta is doing that. She's keeping her mind open. She's wondering, hey, maybe this would have happened. So you're probably talking about DMT, shrooms. Another one is any psychedelics, LSD. There is another one which you can do. Ayahuasca is another one that I know. Don't ask how I know all these things. These are drugs that someone could have taken. Now, am I saying that Hannah took it, or, you know, anything's a possibility, Netta. And you know what, Netta? I think I'm going to try to get your comment up here. Hold on. Let me try to work on getting her comment up here so we can all read that. You know, actually, let me just replay it. So, Netta, if she took these drugs, right? If she took these drugs and that happened, how was she able to text? How was she able to put her words together? You know? How would she be able to have intent on going to the airport? You see, that text message says, had just had a very intense spiritual awakening, on my way to the airport, but I might need some help. What do you need help with? You understand what I'm saying? This is Netta's her super chat. And Netta, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you so much. We love us, appreciate you, Netta. It's a good comment. But I think if anyone wants to take advantage of her, it will be while she's on drugs. You understand what I'm saying, Netta? Like, if you want to take advantage of her, it would be on drugs. Ayahuasca, DMT, that lasts about 15 minutes. LSD lasts about hours. I don't know how she would be able to text. You understand what I'm saying? Unless she got sick after it, but she went to the airport and so-called. You understand what I'm saying? I want you guys to listen to this. Very good super chat, Netta. I love the way you're thinking. That's what I love. Love that.
Book Hannah Kobayashi for your gig in Brooklyn this past 11/13. So many people are worried about her, but confirming these details would help so much to know if this was planned or not. He goes, hey Jess, yes, I've been reached out to by many folks about this. Hannah reached out to me in October. Okay, remember that, guys, October. Saying she was coming to New York and asked if she could come take photos. I told her I could not afford to hire a photographer, but could get her a press pass if she wanted to be there, and she agreed. That was the last I heard. By chance, did you book Hannah Kobayashi for your gig in Brooklyn this past 11/13? So many people are worried about her, but confirming.
So basically, this message was the gig that she booked, ladies and gentlemen, for the 13th. People are worried about her. We're confirming these details would help so much if you planned out. So basically, she was going as a volunteer. He could not afford her as a volunteer, ladies and gentlemen. This person actually responded, ladies and gentlemen. And this individual is saying, I have no idea. I can afford her to take as a photographer and get her a press pass. This person's in New York. Now, this is one piece of information that I'm like, could somebody from New York plan this? Take her away? Human trafficking? How can someone from New York plan this all the way in California, LAX? You understand what I'm saying? It's interesting. Now, there's been a little post update. The New York Post says Hannah Kobayashi's friends think final texts before disappearance were fake because they doubt they don't include emojis. That's how Hannah texts. Hacked by who? Stripped of my identity. I can't fly. The text messages you see right here is so blunt. I can't fly. No emojis. I got hacked. It's very simple words. It's a simple sentence. I got hacked. Stripped of my identity. I can't fly. That to me sounds like someone who's not from here that is texting on her phone with no emojis. I don't even know this girl, and none of my friends speak like this. Look at that. I got hacked. Hacked by who? Stripped of my identity. I can't fly. I'm gonna ask you a question. For real, I'm gonna ask you a question. Everybody in the comments right now, I want you to comment. Would your loved one, I want you to picture someone, God forbid, someone who went missing, your loved one, and you like, hey, what's going on with you? What are you? And then they talked like that. I'm asking you this question. Would you think something, okay, no, better question. With someone you love, will they respond with a sentence like that? Bland, short sentence, and it's not necessarily complete, but it's very simple words. Would they respond like that? Yes or no in the comments. I want to see some comments. Yes or no? I want to see some comments. I want you to put your thinking cap on, and I want us to put ourselves in this position. That's how we can connect to a case. Netta said, no, it's weird. I see it right here. Cece says, nope. Jojo says, I'm calling them. Like, what the is that happening? Says Jojo. Okay. She could have made a phone call to her friends and family if it was her. Right, Heather. And the last time her aunt heard from her was on Saturday. And I believe Saturday was the what? 10th. Let's have a look. Yeah. Let's have a look. Have a look for yourself. Definitely not, says Deborah. Have a look. The 10th was on a Sunday. She went radio silent on the 11th. Never boarded a plane. Strange, isn't it? Strange, isn't it? I was sent this message. I want you guys to have a look. Juanita used her 8 months. Congratulations for being 8 months part of the family. Juanita, I appreciate it. What would, let's be careful, Juanita. Let's not use the grape word like that. Let's put grape, or we can take out some letters. I'm sorry, I have to take that out. I'm so sorry. If you could copy and paste it and fix your wording, Juanita, I can read it again. Steve Graham with the one gifted sub. He gave it to Leslie. Leslie, say thank you to Steve. Steve, thank you for the one gifted sub. I appreciate you, Steve. How are you? Steve Graham, ladies and gentlemen. Steve Graham, you're a supporter over at Facebook, I believe, right? All right. I'm confident that the evidence indicates Hannah Kobayashi has not been abducted and is not a victim of sex trafficking. There are numerous details that have not been disclosed, which is unfair to the public. According to several close to her, psychedelics and drugs are a part of her life. I've also been told that she is estranged not only from her now deceased father, but also from several other family members as well. The male she was last seen with is known. There are questions that need clarification. Is Hannah legally married to Alan C. from Argentina? Was the ex-boyfriend who was on the phone with her also married? Who was on the plane with her also married? If so, were these marriages for green card purposes? While I believe the marriage aspect may add complexity to her story, it does not seem directly related to her being missing. I strongly suspect this is a volunteer disappearance and that she is pursuing some sort of spiritual path and purposely avoiding her family. That's what this reads. Now, the first short paragraph I have a problem with. I'm confident that the evidence indicates Hannah Kobayashi has not been abducted and is not a victim of sex trafficking. There are numerous details that have not been disclosed, which is unfair to the public. Well, whoever wrote this, let me tell you something. It's a contradiction in this statement. You just said that there are numerous details that have not been disclosed, but yet you said there are enough evidence to indicate that Hannah Kobayashi has not been abducted. You cannot say that in the same sentences. You just can't do that. Because you just said that there has not been enough. There's a lot of evidence that hasn't been disclosed to the public. So you just can't put a stamp on it and say that she has not been abducted to sex trafficking. This could very well still be a crime of sex trafficking. Absolutely. Because you don't know not enough. The detectives, the investigators, they have a lot that if they were to publicly disclose this, yes, it will harm the case. But maybe it could also, very well, it could help the case. Because we, the public, hope so much that investigators have their ego heads filled in with. Now, just because they are withholding information in the public, which you don't know, that doesn't mean that she has not been a victim of sex trafficking. It could, whatever they have, it could mean sex trafficking. You just don't know what it is. Now, just to label it and says you have enough evidence to say that she has not been abducted and this was self, you can't say that. And that's very dangerous. I don't know who you are, but it's very dangerous to say that. Respectfully. I'm saying to you, this very respectfully, this is not good. Don't label things. We don't know yet. This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to figure this out. It's an open investigation. Now, psychedelics and drugs are a part of her life. It is a part of everyone's life. That doesn't necessarily mean that she volunteered to just run away. Now, as for her ex-boyfriend, it's not enough information on that. I personally, I don't think that he has any ties to this. I don't think so. I just can't label this as voluntary disappearance. I just can't. I just can't. When this text messages out there that looks like the text messages we just finished seeing, that's just foul play. It would look like foul play to me. It would look like foul play to me. Let's read this document. Oh, man. Those ads are ridiculous. I'm sorry for the ads up there. Friends of missing Hawaii woman Hannah Kobayashi think the final string of text messages that family members and friends received from the photographer's cell phone are suspect and didn't sound like her. Quote, I had text messages with her and the ones of those screenshotted do not feel like her. Ariana Usora, 30, a Hawaii-based freelancer, told the Post. She met Kobayashi in 2017 at the Whole Foods she worked at in Maui. Quote, all the texts I have with her, they have emojis. She has a very distinct way of messaging, end quote. Says Ariana said, I don't want to butcher her name, noting Kobayashi would typically end messages with heart emojis, stars, butterflies, waves, and rainbows. And the like. And none of that is there, guys. She also said Kobayashi, while a, quote, genuine free spirit, end quote, isn't someone to just casually disappear. Look at the full text message, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, come on, give me a break. Okay. Oh, wow. Wait a minute. Oh, shoot. Wait a minute. This is new information, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't read this before the podcast because I wanted to read it along with you, but I never seen it like this. Wait. Oh, shoot. Yeah, this is from her friend. Text messages. Oh, shit. Guys, do me a favor. Hit that like and share button for me. Hit that like and share button. They just released this 6 hours ago. Holy shit. Ladies and gentlemen, hit that like and share button for me. Hit that like and share button for me. One of this is very important information. I didn't know that this was, wow, this is brand new. Okay. Let me share this with you. Facebook, can we, 12 shares, Jesus, terrible. It's okay, Facebook, listen. Hit that share button for me. Let's get to 50 real quick. Bonita with the 2 super chat says, could someone have put something in her drink? There has only been evidence of somebody being with her on the 11th. There has been video footage that we don't have that she was with someone on the 11th. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. It's a possibility, Juanita. It's a possibility. Shout out to whoever shared. We have how many people? 120, 14 shares. That's okay. YouTube, do your thing. Hit that like button for me, YouTube. I would appreciate that very much, guys. Oh yeah. New York Post. I have no problem with New York Post. I'm very reliant on specific media. Kobayashi texts her mother saying she has not arrived in New York. It is the last time the family has heard from her. Now, let me get that message up here for you guys. I have stuff of value there. Hold on real quick. Let me look at the activity real quick. Am I missing any super chats? Let me see. Netta, thank you for the 10. Steve Graham, thank you. Juanita for the 2. Juanita, that was a very good super chat, by the way. We like to keep our options there. Crystal with the 5 gifted subs over at YouTube. Let me get some W's for that beautiful girl, Crystal. Massive supporter over here at Novesity. Crystal, thank you so much. She just gifted ginger, Vina, progressive, pineapple, Jesus, chicken strips. Crystal, thank you so much for that love. Let's get some W's. Let's get some W's in the chat for her over at YouTube, please. Okay, the text message is as follows. You can go to the police to the DMV. There are resources. I just need rest, and I'll think better. Yeah, I'm really confused, but it is very complicated. Did you get catfished? Matrix Underworld shit, girl. This is way beyond me. Did you get catfished by some dude you were talking to on the internet? What the No, we met. I can't explain all of it. Just please be open with this, please. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at the full text message. What does this? I'm going to read this again to all of you and tell me what you think about this. Crystal, again, thank you so much. Now, this is a text message. Now listen to how she's speaking. Wait, hold on. Her mother? This is her, wait a minute. This is her mother? What? Wait, whoa. Wait a minute. I have stuff of value there. You can go to the police, to the DMV. There are resources. I just need rest and I'll think better. This is after she was robbed? Remember, Hannah said that she's been hacked. All her stuff was stolen, her funds, whatever. Yeah, I'm really confused, says the mother. Hannah says, but it's very complicated. What the hell was so complicated? Did you get catfish, says the mom. Matrix Underworld shit, girl. This is way beyond me. What? Did you get catfished by some dude you were talking to on the internet? No, we met. I can't explain all of it. Just please be open with this, please. What the hell is going on here? Crystal with the 20 super. What's going on? What's going on here? Crystal. I'm not saying the ex-boyfriend. Oh, wait. I'm not saying the ex-boyfriend she was flying with had anything to do with it, but it's odd that he made this connecting flight, but she didn't. Crystal, good point. Crystal, that is a very good point. You got me something to think about, Crystal. Thank you. That's a very good, gosh, thank God for super chats. I would have missed this comment. That's a very, very, very good super chat. I'm going to look into that. So chat, does this sound very strange to you? What does this sound like to you, chat? Very strange, right? Yes, indeed. Now, let's move to the next text message. Ariana, 30, has been friends with Kobayashi since 2017. Ladies and gentlemen, that's 7 years. That's enough to know somebody. That's enough to know somebody. But let's read. I personally would have always felt like I can rely on her. Beginning of quote, I personally always felt like I can rely on her. She's genuinely one of the most caring people I know. If it was voluntarily that she went missing, she would have made it known. She would have made it known that she was texting, said Ursa, end quote, who said that she last spoke to her friend on the 17th of October. 17th of October. Jordan White says, I shared. Thank you for sharing the podcast. That means a lot. If you shared this podcast, massive respect and W's to you. Thank you for supporting the channel. And my members and super chatters, my love goes to your heart. Thank you for supporting this channel. I appreciate that. Crystal, again, thank you for the massive 20 and a wonderful super chat. I appreciate that. Ariana says, quote, this ad, I don't feel like it's her to make people concerned. She wouldn't just ghost out of nowhere. Usually at parties, she's the one that will make sure that she says bye to her friend, end quote, she added. Quote, she was literally messaging me about the Burning Man in 2025 next year. She was literally posting about New York in October when she was going in November. She loved dreaming and making those dreams happen, end quote. Kobayashi flew from Maui to Los Angeles on November 8th. And she slated to depart. She what? On a connecting flight to New York City where she planned to visit her aunt 42 minutes later. After she landed. I think that's later. That's the wrong word, but we'll see. This is the text message. That's next. Oh, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. Oh, look at this, chat. Chat, look at this. Look at this. Kobayashi's former roommate in Maui noted the use of hun in some text messages felt strange. What was most concerning was the use of the word hun. She does saying loving words like that, but it felt kind of cryptic, her message, Peterson told the Post. Let's read it. I might go to a homeless shelter. You should go back to Maui. I literally can't, love. You shouldn't be spending money to continue traveling. You have a home and you need to go back to it. Yes, you can. Where's your ID? I have it and my passport. Go buy a plane ticket to Maui. It's a really long story, hon. What? Why is she not telling nobody? I can't help if I don't know what's going on. If you have an ID, you can buy a plane ticket. Go to the counter at... Okay. All right. All right. Now this is fishy. Okay. Now this is getting more strange. And okay. Did anybody catch that? I'm going to explain. Okay. Hold on now. Hold on. I'm going to explain something to you. Crystal with another super chat with the 5. She says she called her mom girl. That is a normal, especially from Hawaii culture. Whoever's from Hawaii, is Crystal spitting facts? Because we all saw that. We all saw that. We all saw that. We all saw that. It's a very good super chat, Crystal. Thank you so much. You know what I'm realizing about these text messages? Can anybody see something? A pattern here? Can anybody catch a pattern here? If you haven't hit the follow button over at Facebook, hit the follow button. If you haven't hit subscribe button, hit subscribe button. That means follow. We are covering the case of Hannah Kobayashi. Does anybody capture the pattern here? Anybody? Okay, let me tell you the pattern here. Everyone was offering service to her. She had a passport. She had things. She was okay. What made you think that she wasn't? They were lending her resources. But she was denying going home. You understand that, right? Forget the event. She was denying returning home after tragedy struck. I got robbed of my identity, my funds. Then go home. People offering you help. Well, guess what? She doesn't want it. You understand what I'm saying to you? They're offering her help. Where's your ID? I have it. I have my passport, she says. Okay, come back home. You just got into some shit. It's a long story. What is that? What are you talking about? Come home. I didn't ask about your story. It's complicated. Chat, there is more to this story. Ladies and gentlemen, there is more to this story. My Facebook people, can you just tell other people on Facebook, if they can't hear me, just refresh the page? Please. There is more to this story. She didn't want to go back to Hawaii. Or that's what this text message seems like. But what does strike me odd is that if she, you didn't hear about this, did you? Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. You might want to listen to this. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Shoot. Oh, no. Oh, dude. I'm more methodical than this, ladies and gentlemen. I do assure you. Let me tell you something. Most of you people know this. Most of you don't. It has been known now. This is the weird part. This is why we're saying, did she run away? Because it was told to us that Hannah, brace for this, Hannah Kobayashi intentionally missed her flight. Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said? Have a look at this. LAPD, missing woman Hannah Kobayashi intentionally skipped flight. She intentionally skipped her flight, ladies and gentlemen. She intentionally skipped her flight. 3 weeks after Hawaii woman vanishes in Los Angeles, her family is vowing to continue to search into the puzzling disappearance amid unsettling text messages. Hannah Kobayashi, 30, was last heard from November 11th after she had a missed connecting flight from Maui to New York City at LAX on November 8th, her family said. On November 24th, her father, who had been trying to find her, found dead. Apparent suicide. Now, I want to get to the missed the flight part. In search and on for a woman who went missing, she didn't board her too fast. Her connecting flight at LAX. 31-year-old Hannah missed her connection from Maui to New York City from LAX. She was last seen security footage in a shopping center near LAX airport at 9th and 10th. She returned to the airport on the 11th, but didn't get on the flight. Kobayashi family says they received an odd text. We know this. She was spotted on more surveillance footage near crypto.com arena. In the footage, it is evident that Hannah does not appear to be in a good condition, and she is not alone. But also, LAPD says that she missed that flight on purpose. She didn't just miss it accidentally. She did that on purpose. There is more to this story we really do not know. November 11th is the most important day because she went ghost. She went ghost, ladies and gentlemen. This is when this mysterious person came out of nowhere. This sounds like Hannah, sweetheart. You know what this sounds like? Hannah, this sounds like you intentionally missed your flight to actually wait to meet someone and you disappeared. That's what this sounds like. This sounds like whoever you met up with on the 11th took complete control of you. That is my theory, ladies and gentlemen. She called her aunt on Saturday, spoke to her. Everything was fine. But 2 days later, she met with this mysterious person and a mysterious text came out of nowhere. And she intentionally missed her flight. Think about it, guys. She was caught on surveillance footage on the 9th and 10th. Fine, with headphones, glasses. She's fine. This doesn't make sense. November 11th is a very important day. But if you intentionally miss your flight, it sounds like you're waiting for someone. Why would you miss your flight? What? Because you want to see the nice stars and sights? You could have done that in your little notes in your journal that you planned on doing, but you didn't. It sounds like you missed all of those fun things in New York to wait for someone to do fun things in LAX so you can go with that special someone. Because you even said it that it's complicated. Oh, I met with him. Who's him? That's my theory. We got 2 super chats from Breezy, element of peasy x sneezy. She says, hey, did you remember to like and share? Did you remember to like and share? Says Breezy with the $9.99 looking fine, always on time. Breezy, thank you so much. Good mod. She's a good mod. Thank you, Breezy. I really appreciate that so much. How you doing, Breezy? Crystal with the super chat as well. With another Crystal, we got to stop Crystal, ladies and gentlemen. She's on fire. She says, but wait, didn't the guy she had the gig with said that she didn't hear her again after the October message between them? How did she get the press pass? I'm confused. I was a photographer. You can get a press pass on site. So far, I don't think that the guy in New York has anything to do with this. That's a good question, Crystal. Again, damn. You are on fire. That was a very good question. Yeah. Let me go back to that video, Crystal. No, he said Hannah reached out to her in October, not last heard from her in October, which would make sense because I believe that she would exchange messages to try to see what's the next move. She had intent, guys. She had direction. But when that Monday hit, it was done. It was done for Hannah. Let's finish watching these videos, ladies and gentlemen. Have you shared, just like what Breezy said? I like that, Breezy. I might have to make that a thing, Breezy. Have you liked? Have you shared? It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children's are? Hit that like and hit that share button for me. That would mean a lot to me. Tag one person on Facebook who's interested in true crime or Hannah Kobayashi's case or anyone's missing case. Save a life. Share this information. Help people. That would mean a lot to me. And W's for my super chatters. You guys are wicked. Let's play this video. And I definitely want to pay attention here. But before I play this video, have you became a member of the Novesity Nation? Get your crown on Facebook and become a supporter on YouTube. One or the other, choose which family you're going to reside on. The YouTube family or the Facebook family. Type in the comments. You get perks. You get priority. You get your name put in front. A lot of perks. Join now, and you can, the best part I really like is that you can build your badge. So I want you to look at Breezy. She's been here for 10 months. She has a blue crown. That thing is blue, sapphire. 2 more months, and she's going to have a very unique, who's going to be the first one to hit 12 months? I want to see that color of this crown. Same thing goes for Facebook. The heart grows into a different shape. Join the family and get priority. Let's move on.
Appearance of 30-year-old Hannah Kobayashi, who went missing 16 days ago on her way to visit her aunt in New York. Hannah missed her connecting flight on November 8th, but was spotted the next day and the day after that in LA. The last day her family heard from her was November 11th. Hannah was then spotted back at the airport with an unknown person and was later spotted that night at the train station, also with an unknown person. Now, earlier that day, Hannah sent mysterious texts to friends and family. We also know Hannah sent 2 Venmo payments. There were Venmo payments on November 9th, the first at 6:25 p.m. with a bow and arrow emoji. The second was made less than an hour later, just with the word, quote, reading.
She did a tarot card reading. Before that, it was for Veronica Almendarez with a bow. What does a bow mean? What do you think this means, chat? More cryptic stuff. What do you think a bowing arrow means? My YouTube people, hit that subscribe button if you're brand new. Trust me, hit that subscribe button. If you don't, you're going to miss out on future content. Hit that like button. Subscribe just means follow.
Joining me now is Hannah's sister, Sydney Kobayashi. Sydney, thank you so much for being with us. First of all, our heart goes out to you, everything your family's been going through with your sister. We know your dad took his own life as he was searching for her. I mean, it's just been an unbelievably terrible situation. What do you want us to know, Sydney, about your sister and about your family?
My sister, you know, I've said this before, she's just such an amazing and beautiful person inside and out. She's always been independent, a very free spirit. She, you know, she likes to travel. She likes to, sorry, this is just a lot. She's just a very beautiful person inside and out. And she would, I don't even know where to start. This whole situation is bizarre. She would have never done anything like this to our family. So that's what raises concern for me. But I also need to correct that she was not seen at the airport with anybody. So I'm sorry, I just heard that now, and I wanted to correct that from whatever standpoint you guys have. Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a lot of different reports that have come out and things that have been said that aren't true, and different, you know, all sorts of stuff. And then I think people were just shocked when they found out about your dad, and just so sad. I mean, the fact that he was there searching, I think for almost 2 weeks in LA, right, for her, and then took his own life. Like, I can't even imagine what he must have been going through.
So I will speak for my dad, knowing him my entire life, and anybody that knows my father, they know that he was a very loving, caring, kind-hearted individual. And, you know, I was out in LA. And
Breezy, do me a favor. I'm going to say this publicly. I don't care. Breezy, contact a sister. Breezy, do me a favor. Reach out on my behalf, Breezy, and I want you to contact her and tell her I would love to speak to her privately first. I would love to speak to her privately. I would love to get her an interview on stream. If she does it, Breezy, I'll need you to write this formally but respectfully, but I'll need you to do it in a clear, concise way where I want you to tell her that if I can't have her on a show here where nothing is going to hurt the case, because we respect what the investigators want to do, but at least I would love to talk to her off the camera, if that's the last resort. I got to speak to her. I have to talk to her, chat. Because if I can get her on the show, that'll be amazing. Darcy Miller says, if you look up the bowing, it means tarot cards. That could be the meaning, says Darcy Miller. Tarot card. Okay, Darcy. Okay, after this, let's look up the meaning of a bowing arrow. I want to try to understand this cryptic message. I know that one individual was interviewed and said that it was just a tarot card reading. But let's keep our mind open and let's dig into this thing. Let's see what we can find.
While I was with him, I knew that he genuinely...
And Darcy, thank you so much.
He fought until his last breath to find my sister. And he gave it his all. You know, he deprived himself of sleep. He wasn't eating. He was only caring about everybody else's feelings but his own. He just didn't speak about how he was doing. And he pushed and he pushed and he fought for her as any loving parent would. Yeah. I mean, if any of us would have seen this coming, we would have done our best to prevent it.
Yeah, I mean, no one knows how they're going to react in a situation like that. We've seen the text messages that don't really make a lot of sense to the family. These Venmo payments now are very strange. What do you think happened, Sydney? I mean, as a sister, do you have any sense?
I don't. Being in this kind of situation, you can't even. There's no way of preparing for it. Your mind goes in so many different directions, especially with the amount of information that we have, which is very little. All I know is that her whereabouts are still unknown. We're continuing to search for her. We have received information which makes us still be hopeful that she's still alive. We just can't divulge into it yet, and I don't think a lot of people understand that we have to be very careful of what we do release, because we're getting thousands and thousands of tips from like the family, from LAPD, everything, everywhere. But this is just completely out of character from my sister. And so intuitively knowing her and being so close to her my entire life, I just want to say this is absolutely not like her. Especially
and I understand you have to be careful.
Yeah, especially with those text messages that she last sent. It just, in my mind, it feels like someone was controlling her, or someone was. It might have not even been her. So I want to believe, and we're trusting that the law enforcement is doing their job.
She knows more. She knows more. She knows more. She knows more than what she's saying. She knows more. And Brian just said, I know you got to be careful. She can't compromise the case of what LAPD knows, the investigator. She definitely knows more. Nana, love you. Thank you. She says, Cedric is Tarrant. Copy.
And as far as we know, the most recent update we have is that the detective that's working on the case has been in contact with my mom as early as this afternoon. That's the most recent update that I can give right now and release. There's just it's like a.
See what I'm saying? That text message. This doesn't make any sense. Hi, loves. I finished a very intense spiritual awakening. I'm charging my phone and headed back to the airport. I don't see no emojis, nothing. And the text is so formal, by the way. Crystal! Oh, jeez. Crystal. Can we get some Debbies in the chat right now for Crystal? She's great. Crystal with the... She just doesn't play. No, the twin flames cult is led by a man and woman. They change for their classes and seminars. Yes, I do know that. Crystal. Yes, I'm aware of that. I just couldn't find anything to truly connect them as much. Not saying that there isn't. Could possibly. I'm not saying that it is for a fact, but it could very well be. It could very well be. Crystal, you're right about that. Yes, they do. I've been looking into it, Crystal. It's hard to find things and to claim it as fact, evidence. You know what I'm saying? It's really difficult. It's just a messed up situation. You just don't know which scenario. We don't know what it could be played out. Trafficking, kidnapping. She left on her own. She's fine. This is why we're here. This is why we're doing this, to find out what really happened to her. The truth.
It's like a lot of information to deal with at once, and especially with this happening back to back, it's devastating.
Yeah, I truly can't even imagine. Yeah, and our heart goes out to you, Sydney, and we'll stay on the story. And if there's anything else we can do, we'll keep putting our picture out there. And hopefully, I know tomorrow's Thanksgiving, and I just hope you guys have a positive outcome very, very soon, and that you all can be together again. So, Sydney, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, and I just wanted to put this out there too. We're so grateful for everyone that has been so supportive through this time, and we just ask that you just give our family some grace. We had not even 2 hours to grieve the loss of my father, because this story has gone nationwide, and I just ask that you guys continue to help us search for my sister, and also just be kind, because we all have families. So just imagine if it was your loved one, and just put yourself in our shoes. Yeah. But all we can ask is that we keep my father's legacy alive, because he literally fought until his very last breath. And he did it, like I said, as any loving father or parent, mother would have done for their own child.
I understand. Thank you, Sydney. I appreciate your time tonight, and I hope we can, have a positive outcome soon. I want to bring in former FBI agent and News Nation Law and Justice contributor Jennifer Koffendorfer. She's been following the case closely. You know what Sydney said at the end there, and you see this on social media. I mean, people start to treat these stories like a soap opera, and they say awful things, and they, say bad things about family members, and they don't even really know what's going on. And I think that's happening again with this case, which is really a shame. But what do you make of these latest developments in terms of the payments? I think there were the Venmo payments. What do you make of that, Jen?
Well, I think it's great that they are going to, meaning law enforcement has something to track here. One of them said reading. Was that a tarot card reading, possibly? The other one is to an unknown woman. But now you have people that were actually in contact with her on the 9th. So moving forward to the 11th, it's been said now by law enforcement, interestingly, that she actually missed her flight on purpose. Now, that was said in a committee type situation. It wasn't said as a public announcement, but it's very concerning to hear that. And I don't know if that's truly accurate, and if that is based on just the fact that on the 11th, we know she had her luggage, but was that flown back to her? She'd been in the same clothes for 3 days. We know she was making arrangements, because the ticket agent said she was making an arrangement to either go back to Maui or to head on to New York. So there's a lot of things that are unknown, but police saying that is certainly concerning.
It is.
What's more concerning to me is that if they stole your funds, why would she make payments to 2 people? A bow and a tarot card reading. But wait a minute, didn't they steal your funds? Something, I'm telling y'all, something fishy is going on here. Does that make sense to y'all? She sent 2 Venmo payments, but they stole her funds. I'm telling y'all. I'm trying to put these clues together. Y'all thought I was joking. I'm gonna get in this. Because this right here makes no sense.
Yeah, and even if she intentionally missed her flight, does that mean someone made her miss her flight and there's still something very suspicious going on? We're just gonna have to wait and see, but I hope it all gets resolved soon. Jennifer, thank you so much for coming on. I wish you and your family a really happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, by the way, guys, I hope you guys had a Thanksgiving too, by the way. My apologies. I probably should have started with that. I hope that you guys had a great Thanksgiving. I hope it was great. I probably should have said that. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone, as I did yesterday. And I hope you guys are still full. I hope you guys ate and everyone spent some time with the family. And just want to share some love with you under these extreme conditions right now. And just be very thankful for everything that you have and who you have and stuff in this case that didn't, stuff like this don't happen to you. And I hope it doesn't to anyone. And hopefully the Kobayashis had a great, Thanksgiving, even though I know what happened. It breaks my heart. And I'm so sorry for them. I just, I want there to be some type of goodness here. I like to leave with something good rather than, you know what I mean? Right. Let's watch this next video. Yeah.
A family in Hawaii is searching desperately for a loved one after her trip to take her new job turned into a missing persons case. The family says 30-year-old Hannah Kobayashi was heading to New York City and vanished during a layover in Los Angeles. That was followed by another family tragedy. Andres Gutierrez spoke with the missing woman's sister.
I will not give up until I find her.
Sydney Kobayashi says her sister Hannah, an aspiring photographer, left Maui for New York City to start a new job on November 8th. After missing her connecting flight in Los Angeles, her family thought she was going to take a later flight and go sightseeing.
Here's the LeBron James event.
The next day, she was spotted at a Nike event at the Grove shopping mall. But soon after, Hannah's family became concerned.
We started getting cryptic messages. There was things saying that she felt unsafe, she was afraid.
One text read, "I just finished a very intense spiritual awakening. I'm heading back to the airport. I might need some help getting there."
On November 11th, Hannah went radio silent. On that same day, security cameras at this tram stop near the Crypto.com arena captured her leaving with a stranger. Her family and volunteers have flooded the area with these missing persons flyers with the hope that her face can jog someone's memory.
Hannah's father, Ryan, traveled to Los Angeles to find her.
Please come back, Hannah. So many people love you.
Nearly 2 weeks into the search, he was found dead near a parking lot near LAX. The coroner determined he died by suicide.
I think that my dad had sleep deprivation. He wasn't eating, taking care of my family.
That's the thing, though. Do we really believe that? As we're talking about that, the new things that we found out now, is it true? From all the way to her Instagram, could this have been intentional? Did she run away? Was she kidnapped? Was she led straight away? Could this be premeditated by someone who knew her, liked her so much that they preyed on her and waited as she waited for someone, as I believe, on the 11th? On the 11th. No one intentionally misses their flight. No one says, I've been robbed of my identity and money. But yet you were sending out money for Venmo payments, for readings. You follow cult groups. Weird cryptic messages. Even your friends even said it. Family said it. Everyone said it. Not one, not two, not three, but four has said it. Multiple, actually 5, if you count the father. Did she run away or was she taken? I got some more things to show you guys. More for tomorrow. I hope you guys are going to be here tomorrow for the next podcast of Novesity covering Hannah Kobayashi and still covering her father as well ever since she left in her last appearance and this mysterious guy, this mysterious person she was with that many people believe has something to do with her disappearance after this spiritual awakening. I have something right here that we're going to talk about tomorrow that I cannot wait to talk about. And plus more information that I just found out while doing this podcast. But I need to fact check it and verify it. Will you be here tomorrow? Will you be supportive of this? Will we know the truth? Will we ever find her? Is she still alive? Did she run away? Or was she taken away from her family? May her father rest in peace, and may Anna still be alive and doing well. Before we head out, guys, please like and share if you have not. That would mean a lot to me, Facebook and YouTube. Become a member. Join the family. I'm going to make a post right after this podcast. I'm going to make a post right after this podcast And I want everyone on YouTube to comment. Unfortunately, Facebook, I can't make this post on Facebook. So come to YouTube. I'm going to make a poll. I want you guys to vote. What do you believe? Would she run away? Was she taken? Is she lost? I'm going to put some options up there. And I want you guys to decide. What do you believe? Share me your opinions. Now, on the recent podcast that I did before this one, titled Hannah Kobayashi's Case is Getting Worse, because it is getting worse. Some beautiful comments I read. Wonderful comments. Wonderful comments. Have a look. This is why I love reading this. I want you guys to make a comment on this video when I end it. On this. As a parent, there's no way I could take my own life when my daughter could still be alive. I could help and find her. This is suspicious. At the very least, come on, fam. Don't you think you love one? Look at this. This is wonderful. Lori Bowen typed this comment. Her ex-boyfriend was also on that same flight. They broke up, but still decided to do a trip. Although they didn't sit together or talk, he made it onto New York flight. Look at this. These comments are on point. My members' comments. Oh, she sent on $1.99. Aw. Phyllis Touchstone sends $1.99 super thanks. Thank you so much. By the way, if you remember, there's a new perk that I know that I can do now. I can sort by, I can filter from members' comments. So we got Brown Sugar's comments. She did this 2 hours ago. She says, I know there are a lot of things pointed to Hannah possibly being either abducted by a cult or joining one, her own free will. But we can allow those things to take focus off a big possibility of her being trafficked. Oftentimes, it'll be known what a person is interested in, or, oh, wow, this is a very good, whoa. Very well said, Brown Sugar. Very well said. So at the end of this podcast, I want you to leave a comment on my YouTube video. Do that. And I'd love to hear your thoughts. Members also, please. I would love to. I would love it. I would love that. Arbor Rufana, I hope I said your name right, please. With the $9.99, Jesus says, did you watch the whole interview with the guy from Hannah's Venmo payment? I think he's involved. Listen to the whole interview. Okay, can you send it to my DMs? Send it on Discord, or you can send it directly to my Facebook on messages. I would appreciate that so much, because I am going to get to the bottom of this case. Before you leave, hit the follow button. I want you guys to get more involved. Thank you, Arbor, for the $9.99. I appreciate that so much. I thank you. Thank you. All right, guys, that seems to be the end of the podcast. I appreciate that. That's the end of the podcast. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys for being here. I love you guys. And remember, the Christmas tree is here, the Novesity Christmas tree. You can send anything you like. The P.O. box is, let me post it because I don't know. That is the P.O. box right there, guys. Exclamation point P.O. Right there, the address. The address is also in the Discord. All right. You can send anything you like to Novesity on the Novesity P.O. box, and then we're going to open it live, calling your name, giving you credit, and seeing what you send, not only to me, but to yourselves, or anything you want me to put on the wall, or anything you guys like. If you love true crime, this is the spot to be. And you're showing that through the P.O. box or sending anything you like. I would appreciate that so much. Thank you for watching, guys. I appreciate that. I love you guys so much. And may we find her. Happy holidays. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you mañana. Until then, like always, do good and die great. And I'll see you on the next one.